Hello guys, welcome back. I'm joined here with Ben Greenhalgh after Margate's 3-2 win in the FA Cup first round of qualifying away at Hendon. Ben, FA Cup, the magic of the FA Cup, it brings up some really great games and I think we've just seen one today. Can you sum up your thoughts for us?
Look, all that matters is we've gone through to the next round. We're in the hat for Monday, and I think it's about time that the performances we've been putting in, we started putting them in the back of the net. There's so much to work on. Don't get me wrong, we've let in 2 goals. We've had a bit of a sloppy first half. We've conceded a goal from our free kick, which isn't the first time this season. So we're working on it. It's not clicking yet in terms of that side of things, but there's such basic errors that we can cut out. And I think we've been waiting for a game where, when we're turning it on, to really click like that. And again, we could have scored 5 or 6 in that sort of 10, 15, 20 minute spell. And I think also for our fans, the football we played was entertaining. And like I said, we ended up dominating the tie for 20 minutes in the second half, and that's what's got us through.
Yeah, you talk about the performances that we've had lately. Obviously, it's quite a far one to come to this one, Hendon away. It took the fans about 2.5 hours. How special is it to give them the win today and put us fans through to the next round?
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant just to see that fan, and I'm not going to lie, that was probably the biggest thrill we've had this season. When the full-time whistle went, you could hear them, they were going throughout, and just the relief from us to warrant all of their support. I think that's absolutely massive that we've got them through to the next round, and I could see in their faces how much it meant to them, and hopefully they could see in our faces. Because don't get me wrong, we've had a bad bank holiday weekend. I think we've had a good start to the season, and we've then got 0 points on a Friday to Monday, which isn't good enough. But I think, and I spoke to a few of the fans afterwards, I think they could see the positive spells in those games. So I'm glad that we've done it for them and we've got ourselves through.
How important is this win going to be now in terms of momentum going into next week's game? Back at home against Potters Bar, obviously they're a team last season that started very well but fell off throughout the season. Is it a game where we've got to go in there and really take 3 points now, given the weekend's results just gone?
I think no matter who we're playing, whenever we're at home, we have to look at winning. We have to look at taking it to them and playing our own game. And I think everyone will agree the Cheshunt game, we were actually really poor first half and came in at 0-0, and that's what we were happy with that. Because if we're not going to perform and we're going to keep it at 0-0, that for us is a positive result. Yeah, there's so much to be done, but for us, we were coming at half time almost positive, thinking we're miles off it and it's 0-0, and then we've gone and absolutely had a brilliant second half. We're creating chance after chance. We worked out, we put in 18 crosses in the box, and we ended up losing the game 2-1. So the home performances for me are there. We didn't get the points on that day, so we've got to take it next week. Like I said, whether it's Potters Bar, whether it's anyone coming to us, we have to look at winning the game.
Obviously, Steve did get a goal today. I think he needed that, given his last few games. How important is it for him as a striker to get a goal in an FA Cup game like this and taking forward that momentum?
I think Steve's been brilliant. I think in every game, and the Folkestone game, me and him have been chatting about it. He may have missed a few chances, but every chance was created by himself. They were almost balls up to his chest, and he's turning, rolling. He's offered us so much of an outlet, and I think you could tell, even the Folkestone game, we've got Addy, who played with us last year, in awe of him, saying we needed that, like this, and this is the number 9 that Margate have been waiting for. And he's been just so influential to the way we play. Everything is sticking to him, everything's being won by him. I said before in the season, yeah, he's going to bring us goals, which he has done. But it's not just the goals. I don't think Steve is ever a player where you look at and go, he's going to be 30 goals a year. It's what he does for everyone else. He brings us into the game. So I think we'll just keep continuing with that. And look, don't get me wrong, we've put a lot on him. He's played almost 690 minutes at the moment. And it's harsh on Harvey because Harvey's looked good when he's played. But again, this is where we want that depth and we want that hunger from the younger boys to see what Steve does as a difference, to see what he adds to the game, and then obviously Harvey's going to take that on and try and progress as well.
Can you tell us what was said at half time, because it looked to be a second half where Margate come out really strong. I think the second half was dominated by us and we looked a lot more aggressive than the first half. So what was said in the half time team talk?
I think Prez pointed out the goal just wasn't good enough, which we all knew. Again, it's come from our cross. It was a mistake from not clearing the ball well enough, and we've been broken on. So that sort of stuff's very frustrating because, like I said before, that's not the first time that's happened. But at the end of the day, we knew we had to get back in it because it was FA Cup. So it wasn't a case of everybody absolutely on each other. It was we demanded more out of each other, knowing we were nowhere near at it. So I think from all of our points of view, it was we've got to add more, we've got to do more. We're not going out like this. And I think it was just a brilliant reaction. And you could see, I think, like I said, that 20 minutes in that second half, that's as good as it's going to get. Could have scored 5-6 goals. And that's the difference in a game.
Perfect. Cheers, man. Well done.
Cheers, guys.